Today we are going to be making a clay leaf bowl. And everyone's going to get a leaf and a piece of clay. You'll get a pencil, a plastic knife, or just a popsicle stick and a rolling pin. So the first thing we want to do is we want to roll this clay out. So right now the clay is really thick. This is like a deep dish pizza. We want ours to be not deep dish. We don't want it thin crust where it's super thin. We want it about a hand tossed pizza. And we want the leaf to be able to fit on there. So I'm going to stand up and put these aside and roll this clay out. By standing, I am pressing my weight in to the clay. After a few rolls, I'm going to flip it over and keep rolling back and forth. And this is going to take a little bit of time. Kind of makes my camera go crazy too, doesn't it? We're getting close. It's getting thinner. Just a little bit more. Oh, we're almost there. Okay, let's look at the side. Oh yeah, that's about what we want. Very good. Now I'm going to flip mine over just one more time just to make sure it doesn't stick. Give it one roll to smooth that area out. Then we have our leaf. Now, we talked about the texture of the leaf, the veins. This is the top of the leaf. It is a darker green. We see the veins, but you don't feel them as much. On the back, you can really feel the texture. So we need the texture into the clay. So press the lighter side into the clay. And remember, we want to use our hands to press it down, get all the edges. You don't want to use your finger, because if you use your finger, it makes marks. So you press this down into the clay. Make sure to get the edges. Then we are going to take the popsicle stick or the clay knife and we're going to cut out this leaf. Now sometimes it has tons of little edges. You don't have to cut every single one out. After a while I like to cut chunks away. Just to make it easier for me. Sometimes I have a little part where the leaf, I don't know if a bug ate it, it got ripped. I'm just going to pretend like it's still there. These are nice big leaves. Now, the stem, you can choose to add the stem or not. If you do, you're going to make it much fatter. Otherwise, it'll break off easy. A lot of times I just don't have the stem. It's not necessary. Let's cut this chunk off. It is taking a while, isn't it? We're getting there. The fun part is when you take the leaf off and you see the texture. It's kind of one of those aha moments. Like, ooh, cool. We're almost there. Okay. Now we can take the leaf off. Are you ready? Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Okay, we have the leaf made. Now, we are going to add 1 or 2 bugs or insects on here. So there's many different ways to do that. We can, let's say we want to do a spider. A spider is 2 circles of clay. They're different sizes though. Let's see if I can get 2 different. Mine are pretty close to the same. I'm going to pull some off of this one. You don't want a super huge spider that takes over the leaf. We don't want to cover all the texture. Okay, so I have a small and a big. And if I put them here, I have to press them down or they won't stay. Now for the legs, I'm just going to take the pencil and draw legs. Now, legs don't come off the head of the insect, they come off the body. And a spider has 8 legs. Most insects have 6. Spiders have 8. So I'm going to draw the long, creepy looking legs of the spider. So we have 4 on that side, 4 on this side, and we have a spider. Now, I would do the same thing for an ant, only an ant has 3 circles This one I'm not actually going to press in because I want to do a caterpillar for a second one. But this could be my ant. I would press it in, and then I would leave the head without legs, but the other 6 legs, 3 on each side, would be here. Now for a caterpillar, I'm going to take this extra clay. Instead of rolling it into a ball, I'm going to roll back and forth. It's called a coil in clay. You can either do it in your hands or on the table. When I was little and we'd do Play-Doh, we called them snakes. Our term is coils. And then if it's too long, I can always take and chop off the ends if I want to, whatever size you want to make it, and make mine curve a little bit. Now a caterpillar, sometimes there's different sections. It has a little bit of texture, so I'm just going to press my knife in just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to decide where he's going to go, and again I have to press him down so he stays. Then caterpillars, oh, my line's kind of disappeared. I'm going to do that again. There we go. Have lots of little legs. So I'm going to put just a bunch of legs, little teeny ones on the side. Now these are just a couple suggestions. You could do any insects you want. So once you have 1 or 2, then your job is going to be, I'm going to move this clay a little bit, we have to take this leaf off. And we'll do that, flip it carefully. Now I'm going to flip it over in one of my hands. And then I'm going to take my clay pencil and I'm going to write my first name. You will write your first name. I'm going to write Mrs. E. And your class. So let's say this is 1B. So right in the middle there so you can read it. Then, since these are going to be leaf bowls, you're going to take your bowl and you're going to press it down. Don't just leave it on the top because then it's just a plate. I'm going to make it a bowl. So I'm going to press down and I'm going to kind of curve these down like this. Then you're going to bring this over to the counter and we're going to let it dry. And after it's dry, I'm going to put it in my clay oven called the kiln, and then we're going to use a special paint called glaze to paint these. So have fun creating your leaf bowl.